Only the most interesting subjects piques our attention, and it is only when certain things are realized or noticed are we captivated, but almost all the time these interests fizzle out after a fairly short period of time. One such subject is that of the Anomaly of Abu Rawash. From this place we can visibly see the Great Pyramids. That means that before the Abu Rawash complex was dismantled for its masonry, there would have been a clear sight of the pyramids from both ends, so it was within reach as to act as part of the pyramid complex at Giza. For all we know, Abu Rawash was a systematic part of the Giza machine. Wait till you hear this. At this location, we are witnesses to feats of an engineering masterclass that is seldom found anywhere else on the planet. Cutting deep into the solid bedrock to create the basement of what we assume was once one of the Great Pyramids, the ancient builders of this place simply must have had advanced technology to achieve this unbelievable place, and perhaps the function of such a place can be realized in its ruined state. It is widely thought that when this was a pyramid in all its splendor, that it would have been cased with highly polished rose granite with such a flawless finish that it is unknown how it was achieved. Could clues to the layout of the Great Pyramid be found here? Could there be similar passages at the Great Pyramid? You have to wonder what this was for. For example, could there have been an ancient power source housed here that powered the Giza Plateau? Maybe we should be looking for connections, symbols, anything that gives us a clue. Maybe clues can be found as to what happened to this place and the charred stone that is still present here. Yep, you heard. At some point, as with a lot of ancient sites, including the Colossi of Memnon, at one side, as if it was blasted by fire in the ancient past. This brings us to an alternative theory that you may or may not have heard of. In the very distant past, the solar system was much different as to what is taking place today. There is a consensus that much more speculatory occurrences were taking place than what is today, and it is written in the historical record as mythology. At some point, you're inevitably going to find something that doesn't jibe with the prevailing wisdom. You're going to find something that conflicts with what you expected. You're going to get a result that contradicts your old, pre-existing theory. The universe might turn out to be very different in detail from how we conceived of it today. Like many of you out there, I hope we live long enough to see what challenges, surpasses, and supersedes our best present understanding. But when that occurs, it won't invalidate what we understand now. Our leading theories of today aren't wrong, they're just incomplete. It's only by replacing them with something that succeeds where the present theory both works and doesn't work that science advances in any meaningful way. The laws of science, as we know them at present, contain many fundamental numbers, like the size of the electric charge of the electron and the ratio of the masses of the proton and the electron. The remarkable fact is that the values of these numbers seem to have been very finely adjusted to make possible the development of life. It is entirely possible that the scorch marks are plasma bolts from the sun which resets civilization every 12,000 years or so. All our interpretations of the ancient text could be incredibly flawed, because if the ancients are telling us about these things and warned us about it, we have completely missed the warning altogether. But that's just a theory, just like anything else. But one thing is certain, and that is that something completely catastrophic happened in ancient times to stop production of these things. This took place before the civilization we refer to as the ancient Egyptians emerged. Crazy, but all the evidence suggests this is true. There is a lost civilization, the builders of these things. It is not inconceivable that Abu Rawash was part of a gigantic power machine at this location before history as we know it began. The anomalies present at these sites like this completely blow everything we have ever been told about the past out of the water. This is a time to re-stitch together what we have forgotten. According to what we are educated to believe, this northernmost pyramid belonged to Khufu's son Djedefre. Not much remains of the pyramid, but we can still learn a lot from what is left. It is not known why this pyramid is not closer to the Great Pyramid of Giza, But if you think in terms of industry, then it could be highly significant as a tool in a huge machine with massive underground cavities connecting the pyramids to the complex at Abu Rawash. A number of many casing stones that still lie around the site have a very steep angle of 60 degrees. With this, a steep pyramid, or perhaps a mastaba like others in the region, surely 60 degrees was much too steep for a pyramid. Excavations on the north side of the pyramid have uncovered a foundation bed with an angle of 18 degrees, meaning that when the casing is in place, its angle would be reduced to 48 degrees. A strange sarcophagus type chamber existed in what would lay deep under the pyramid at the bottom of a 21-meter deep pit. The bottom of the pit is 23 by 10 meters and is accessed via a 49-meter long corridor sloping north at an angle of 22 degrees and 35 minutes. Remains of a satellite pyramid can be found on the southwestern corner of the pyramid. A boat pit and mortuary temple are located on the eastern side of the pyramid, and upon a recent visit to the site, Brien Foerster suggested that this would not have housed a boat but indeed a giant cutting tool used in the cutting of the incredible dense bedrock, though no such machine has ever been found. The site at Abu Rawash has been explored many times since the early mid-19th century, but there is much about it that remains a mystery. The first and most obvious question is how this pyramid came to be in its current state. There seems to be some disagreement about whether it was ever even finished. Ancient Egypt Online, for example, states that the pyramid had once been complete and attributes its current state to having been used as a quarry and military base during the Roman era. It is clear that this pyramid was blown up one way or another, either from a celestial event or a cataclysmic failure of a powerful machine. Whatever happened here in ancient times is completely up for debate, but in our search for answers as to the origins and purpose of pyramid structures, especially in this region, the greatest mystery our people has ever faced has only just begun. What do you guys make of this ancient site that appears connected to the Great Pyramids? Comments below, and as always, thank you for watching.